So are you considering going to the Big Island, but maybe you're not sure where to stay? Well, you're in luck, because in this video, we're gonna do a full review of the Hilton Waikoloa Village. And so this is probably one of the most popular hotels on the actual island. We'll get into why that is later. But in this video, we're gonna tell you everything you need to know and whether or not it gets our seal of approval. So without further ado, cue the intro for the Hilton Waikoloa review.
What's up, YouTube? Trevi from the Adventure Buddies, the modern travel family, bringing you another video filled with tips, tricks, and inspiration to make sure you maximize your next family adventure, like we always do here at the Adventure Buddies.
So first, let's talk about where is this actual resort. So this resort is going to be located 15 miles from the actual international airport. So it's going to take you just under 30 minutes to get there. And once you do get there, you're going to be met with a massive resort. So when I say massive, this resort spans over 62 acres right there on the coast. So absolutely massive. So massive that it actually has its own tram system. So that tram system is going to be important in our review. So that tram system is going to take you from check-in all the way to your room, to the other side of the resort, so where you're gonna find other aspects such as pools, restaurants, etc. But so massive that they actually need its own transportation. So next, let's talk about their room selection and prices here at the Hilton Waikoloa Village. And so they have two towers or rooms in which you can select from. And so in the first tower, the Palace Tower, that's the one we stayed in, this is going to be the cheaper of the two. And so you're gonna have a bit of outdated fixtures and furnitures, etc., but nothing to be alarmed about. But I would say this is a very basic or standard hotel resort room. So we got for about $300 a night, we had 2 queen beds, a bathroom, and had plenty of space and absolutely no complaints. Had actually a pretty nice view out of our balcony. However, if you do want to pay for a bit more of an upscale experience, you're going to go into the Mackay Tower. And so the Mackay Tower, again, is going to be a little bit more expensive. So you're looking about $600 and up for those actual rooms, again, depending on the dates and availability in there. So you have two main options, the Palace or the Mackay Tower, to pick based on your price range and experience. So next, let's talk about the dining options here at the Hilton Waikoloa Village. And so the first place you can go to is KPC. And so this is their signature restaurant. So this is where you're going to be able to get steaks, local cuisine, as well as seafood. The second one is going to be their Italian restaurant. So this is great for pasta, pizza, etc. And then you're going to have the Lagoon Grill. The Lagoon Grill is only open for lunch. And so in that grill, that's going to be located right there at the lagoon, hence the name. But this is going to be a great spot for lunch. And so they're going to have hamburgers, they're going to have some fish items. It's just going to be a really fast casual. And so when I say fast, the service was impeccable. And so the only call out though, it was kind of expensive, I guess, for lunch. And so you're looking at $20 to $30 entrees here for lunch. So keep that in mind. The fourth option that you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to select to go to their actual luau that they have on site. And so we didn't do that because, one, we've already been to a luau, and two, the prices were well over $200 per person. So wasn't in our cars to do it this trip, but something that you can consider. One, if you have to spend the money to do your luau, if you haven't done a luau, we highly encourage it. And two, you don't have to leave the resort to go to a luau, which most places you do. So we thought that was super unique. Then the last place for dining, and one that we want to call out, is that they have one place for breakfast. And so if you do want to eat breakfast, you have to go to this one place. This one place is actually going to be the International Buffet, right? So you're going to go to a buffet. The buffet is very large, but it's very expensive. And so to go to this buffet, it's about $50 per person. So take that for what you will. We ended up going to the grocery store. We actually bought our own breakfast food and had stuff in the hotel just to save a bit of money. On top of those 5 main dining options, they actually have 2 coffee shops, which are actually critical. So if you didn't want to go to the grocery store and get breakfast, or you didn't want to pay for the buffet, you could go grab coffee and pastries at one of the 2 coffee shops on site. And then the last thing about dining, if you don't want to pay the high prices inside the resort, or you just want to get off the resort, there are 2 restaurants that we recommend, Tommy Bahamas and Lava Lava Beach Club. We both think that for the price that you're going to pay inside the resort, you can actually get a better atmosphere outside, especially at Lava Lava Beach Club, where you can put your toes in the sand. So next, let's talk about some of the water activities here at the resort, because the water activities here at the Hilton Waikoloa Village is one of the main draws for its guests. And so at this resort, let's talk about the pools first. So the pools are pretty impressive because they have pools for everybody. They have 4 total pools on site. So that ranges from kiddie pools to adult pools. In those pools, you will find slides. So they have slides for the older kids. They're a little bit more of a thrill-seeking slide, but they also have smaller slides for the kids. And so baby Olivia had a fun time on these little kiddie slides and was super impressed with how she could go down by herself. With those pools though, the best thing about that for those who just want to lounge out, they have plenty of lounge chairs available. And so you didn't have to rush or get up super early to make sure you could reserve your spot. The next water activity I want to highlight is the actual lagoon. This is my favorite aspect of this entire resort here at the Hilton Waikoloa Village because the lagoon represents a calm ocean experience for those who are new to the ocean. So if you want to rent a paddleboard, a kayak, a paddle boat, etc., you can do that here at the lagoon for an additional price. Or if you're new to snorkeling, this is a great place to actually learn. And so while the ocean here at the lagoon is calm, you still have the benefit to explore everything underneath the ocean floor. So here you're gonna be able to meet with a ton of fish, maybe some eels, a ton of sea turtles where you can get up close, you can't touch, but up close to these sea turtles. Or if you're especially lucky, you may even see an eagle ray. And then finally, our last topic, is this resort kid friendly? Is this resort good for your next family vacation? And so the answer is yes. And so we think that the rooms are adequate. We think that the activities are unique. We really enjoy the aspect of mixing the freshwater pools and the water slides with the ocean and the lagoon makes for a unique combination. You toss in that dolphin quest, makes for an even better experience. The only word of caution though is that we do recognize and do want to mention that the prices both of food and for the actual rooms can add up rather quickly. So if you are looking at bringing your family, it's not going to be a cheap experience, but you're going to get what you pay for. So we highly recommend you checking out the Hilton Waikoloa Village on your next trip to the Big Island. So if you like this video, please consider giving us that big thumbs up. Hit that red subscribe button for more travel tips and adventures. And most importantly, remember, life's an adventure. Who are you going on with?